Okay, guys, so this day came much earlier than expected, but I did get invited to a screening to go see the newest Marvel Studios movie, Spider-Man: Far From Home. So I'm really excited about this movie. My second most anticipated movie of this year. Of course, I'm gonna be wearing my Marvel Studios 10, the first 10 years, more than a fan T-shirt, as I've been doing with these MCU premieres. So I'm super excited to watch this movie. I'm gonna go to the theater, get in line super early. But anyways, my second most anticipated movie of the year, and not only that, but Spider-Man's my favorite comic book character of all time. So I have so much high hopes for this movie. I want this movie to be mind-blowing. But anyways, let's head to Alright guys, so moments ago, I just got out of the screening for Spider-Man Far From Home. Of course, here we have the Spider-Man Homecoming poster, which I absolutely love. But guys, it was if I'm being quite honest with you guys, I think this is the best screening I've ever been to, and it was just a privilege going to this screening. It was really a privilege as somebody who loves Spider-Man as much as the next person. This felt like a fan screening because there was a lot of Spider-Man fans in this theater, and it was a lively experience. It was beautiful. It really felt like a fan experience more than anything, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of this, not just the screening, but be a part of this audience, be a part of this crowd energy that was going through this whole movie. So of course, let's move on to review. Don't worry, this is a spoiler-free review for Far From Home, so no spoilers at all. But anyways, let's talk about Far From Home. So yeah, you guys are absolutely safe with this review, no spoilers at all, so yeah, you guys are good. But Spider-Man Far From Home, guys, Spider-Man Far From Home is a movie that I walked out going crazy over, and again, I'm not going to say any details about it, basically. But it's a movie. Guys, I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. If you ask me who my favorite Marvel character is, the answer is always going to be Spider-Man. If you ask me who my favorite comic book character is, that includes DC characters and just any comic book characters in general, it's still going to be Spider-Man. This character means so much to me. So when I see something that I like about this or something I love about this character, I go crazy. I go nuts over it. And that's the way I feel after Spider-Man Far From Home. Of course, what really started my love for this character was not just from his character from the comics, but of course the original Sam Raimi movie, which made me love this character and see this character in a whole different way. And I love, I own every version of every incarnation or version of Spider-Man. Of course, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Verse, the original Sam Raimi trilogy, Venom, the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I own them all. And, even though I love this character so much, even though this character means so much to me, doesn't mean that I don't think that this character hasn't had his bumps along the way. Like, Spider-Man 3 was a mess. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 isn't all that good. But when this character came into the MCU, I knew he was in good hands. And of course, I really do like Spider-Man Homecoming a lot. I've seen that movie multiple times. And I just rewatched it earlier today before going to the screening. But Spider-Man Far From Home, everything that you already love about this character, whether it's Peter Parker or Spider-Man, it's all present here. And even if you love this character enough already, you're gonna love this character even more in Spider-Man Far From Home. Of course, it's in Spider-Man Far From Home. Peter Parker, you understand his character. You really do feel him. You care for him a lot. You know what he's going through. Of course, he's still going through the death of Tony Stark in Avengers Endgame. He's trying to juggle his life between being Spider-Man and being a regular teenager. There's a lot going through this character right now. and you really do understand his character a lot. And I'm gonna say, I said this when I saw Spider-Man Homecoming, and I'm gonna say it again. This is the best incarnation of Spider-Man we have ever gotten, and I don't think anything is gonna beat that. And I truly mean that. I truly mean that. Tom Holland just nails every scene as Peter Parker or Spider-Man. He's just so damn good. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. He's really great. He's a great character, and Jake Gyllenhaal does a really good job. It's so nice to see him in the MCU finally. He's just so damn good in this movie, and he's just such a goddamn great character in this movie. You guys are gonna love Mysterio. Zendaya as MJ. I know a lot of you guys are like a little mad because MJ isn't a redhead in this movie, but I really do like Zendaya's take on MJ. I really like her a lot, actually, and I thought she was really good in this movie. I think that a character that really made me happy every time I seen him on screen. It's funny, I just said his name, Happy. Happy Hogan, Jon Favreau. He does a really good job with Happy once again, and again, he is also dealing with Tony Stark's death in Endgame, and it's another character that you do understand in this movie. Of course, Aunt May. Yeah, she isn't in this movie as much as I thought she would be, but Marissa Tomei does a really good job with her character, and Jacob Batalon does a really funny job with Ned. I think that Ned has some of the most comedic moments in this movie. Of course, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, really good job. But when it comes to the actual movie, the actual story itself, I can't get into any details because I don't want to get into like spoiler territory. But there are a lot of things in this movie, a lot of surprises that really kind of even surprised me as a Marvel fan. And some things that, of course, we kind of seen coming as Marvel fans, but even some things that still surprised me that I really didn't think that they were actually going to do, or things that they were not going to pull off, or things that I didn't think they were going to pull off. There's a lot of jaw-dropping scenes in this movie, guys. A lot of the moments in this movie are just impressive. They're tense. They're good moments, not just good moments for the characters, but just good moments in the movie overall. And the action scenes, guys, the action in this movie, I cannot stress this enough. I think that this is, aside from the Avengers movies, I think that this movie has the best action from any solo MCU entry in the MCU franchise yet. Like, the action here is just, it's intense. It really is intense. It's some of the best that you're ever going to see in the MCU. So I'll tell you that. And again, there's a lot of things that, honestly, were kind of ballsy for Marvel to do. A lot of things that I really didn't think that they were going to do. And I was really just impressed and stunned by it. I really adored that third act. Like, actually, it's funny because when the movie first started off, the first half of the movie, it's really good. The first half of the movie, of course, is really damn good. But the tone has that same tone that first movie had. And after Endgame, you would expect a more serious tone. And don't get me wrong, the movie has its serious moments for its own good. But the movie opens with like a comedic tone that I really didn't expect all that much, if I'm being quite honest with you. And there are things that you're gonna be like, okay, I like that, but they could have done a little bit more better. But then that last half of the movie happens, and the last half of this movie makes you appreciate those nitpicks, or it made me appreciate those tiny nitpicks that I had with the first half of this movie. Even though, again, I love the first half of the movie, I did have some nitpicks, but then the last half of the movie fixes everything. It puts everything into place, and it's fucking insane, guys. Spider-Man Far From Home, I think, is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and everything that they accomplished with this movie is just a milestone. This was honestly a mind trip. It was an insane movie. It was mind-boggling. It was everything that I really ever wanted a live-action Spider-Man movie to be. This movie just felt like it was straight out of a comic book. And of course, Spider-Verse felt like that. But if you're talking about a MCU entry, I think that this one feels a lot more like a comic book than any other MCU movie. So, guys, I absolutely adored Spider-Man Far From Home. I loved everything about this movie. Everything. Again, I did have some nitpicks in the first half of the movie, but luckily, those tiny nitpicks go away after I saw the last half of the movie because it really fixes those nitpicks and it really answers some of the questions that I had with the first half of the movie. I love this movie, guys. I love Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm going to go see this movie a second time, a third time, a fourth, fifth time, maybe even a sixth time. I'm in love with this movie, guys. Spider-Man Far From Home, if I'm being quite honest with you guys, is, in my opinion, I thought not just a perfect Spider-Man movie or a perfect MCU movie, but I'd go as far as to saying a perfect movie. This movie made me so happy as a Spider-Man fan, guys. You guys have no idea. With that being said, Spider-Man Far From Home gets my highest rating, best of the best. And I'm going to give Spider-Man Far From Home a very deserving A+. With Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Verse, and now Spider-Man Far From Home, this is the best time to be alive as a Spider-Man fan, guys. Guys, go see this movie. And by the way, there are 2 post-credit scenes in this movie. I will not give away what they are, but that first post-credit scene, it's fucking amazing, guys. I lost my shit. I lost my fucking wig over that fucking post-credit scene, guys. It's everybody lost their shit over this scene. But go see Spider-Man Far From Home. I highly encourage you guys to go see this movie. I'm still going to keep my IMAX ticket that I bought 2 months ago when they first went on sale to go see it in IMAX next week. Of course, my screening wasn't standard, but there's a lot of high-scale action scenes in this movie that I know it's going to be something that you really want to watch on the biggest screen possible with the biggest sound or the best sound that you could possibly get, whether it's Dolby or IMAX. I'm sure this movie is going to be worth watching that way. But anyways, Spider-Man Far From Home, go see it in theaters on July 2nd. You guys are going to love this movie. If you guys seen it already, tell me guys what you guys thought about it in comments, or tell me how excited you guys are to go see this movie next year. But do see this movie. Do see it. Anyways, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.